Is the Ukraine war and the Israeli war, are they on the same level? Or do you rank them separately?
Well, one kind. Well, one. Oof.
Speechless.
Well, it's hard. It's hard because Ukraine has been. If we go back in history, which we're trying to stay within this time box of the last 4 years, but Ukraine has been in the history books for 40, 50 years now, right? It's been a contested, quote unquote, contested piece of land. And I don't know all the history, but the long story short of it is that Putin made very clear over many decades to many different foreign ambassadors and many different presidents, like, the goal is simple. We're willing to have peace. Just don't be putting your weapon systems near my front door, which is basically what any rational human would say. If you had a neighbor and your neighbor was putting up, let's just say, firing ranges next to your house, you'd probably go over to your neighbor and say, "Hey, bro, I know you love guns, but the firing range is kind of really close to my property. Like, I got a young girl here. Come on, let's be sensible, right?" You'd go to that person, right? That's what Putin is saying. He's saying, don't put your armaments, don't put your missile silos, don't put your weapons of war near my house. And we've had ambassadors and presidential individuals say, "Yeah, no problem, we got you." But then we encroach on them using this thing called NATO. So, has that reached a head? Yes. In the 2020 to 2024 time period, we have now spent billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of our money.
Which nobody knows exact number, by the way.
Yeah, because they keep forgetting how much they give. And so that's been going on, and that's been a problem because it's sucking our economy dry. But there's also this small place called Israel. They want a piece of the pie too, Matt.
But in all fairness, they have been fighting for thousands of years.
They have.
Not new. Not a new conflict.
That's what I was about to say. Not new either. But some would say the real conflict started, 1958 or 19 whatever it was. I don't remember all the dates when things are signed and things are. But the overall international community, I will say, Matt, and you know this, that the entire international community has said that Israel is not a legitimate state. It's not a legitimate entity. And Palestine, ever since the history books, has always been Palestine. And this illegitimate state called Israel, the entire international community agrees. The only ones who disagree are us homeboys, us Americans. So the reality of us supporting an illegitimate state seems really irrational to me.
The Israeli and Palestinian war has been going on forever.
Yes.
Are we in the same situation that we've always been, or are we in an actual escalated situation?
No, it's the same.
So we're just talking about it more, but the reality of the actual physical conflict is what it's always been.
Yeah, we need to have conversation about where money is going so that people can complain about it and allow nothing to actually get done or allow nothing to actually get happen. So that's how it works. Is that we tell the world, hey, all you taxpayers, all your money is going to go support all these other people over in this other country. You don't need to worry about it, but you can get upset about it. But you don't have anything. You don't actually have any say. So just letting you guys know, so you can get all pissed off about it. Oh, by the way, a new challenger has entered the ring. It's called Israel. We have to give them money too. Don't worry about it.
But without all these foreign conflicts, what would people put in their bios?
They wouldn't be able to put a black dot on their Instagram profile.
I need to put a flag in my profile. How can I possibly serve our tech, hacker, AI, matrix overlords if I don't virtue signal to them that I stand with insert country?
Matt,
I can't leave that space blank.
Problem solved. You've just saved world hunger.
Just start more wars so that you can fill in. Because, if you get a checklist, you can't not fill out the entire checklist.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
More wars, apparently.
Well, I mean, that's the timeline we're in, Matt. We keep going back to this theme. We live in a timeline where we are told that this is where all of our money is going, to kill other people. Like, let's not be, deceived here. That's what our money is going to: weapons of war, to kill other people. That frankly, if we're intellectually honest, you and I could sit down across from any Ukrainian, any Israeli, any Palestinian, any Russian, of regular salt, and we'd probably have a great conversation over a great meal. Yeah, don't you think? Don't you think that we, you and I, would be world travelers, world people, would be able to have a functional and holistic conversation with any of the people on the other side? Why are we bombing them, Matt?
When I was in Romania, the cab drivers and the people in the street, they were really upset about the Israeli war
Why?
because it was not good for business.
Oh, very pragmatic.
Well, Romania is known for their sex industry. And with the rise in the Israeli war, they were seeing the tourists, because apparently the Israelis are the number one people that go do their sexcations in Romania.
Oh, they're the primary market base.
They weren't showing up
Oh, their consumer base is dwindling?
because they were focused on a war. So they were very upset about the Israeli war
Oh, yeah.
because their customers weren't coming.
Yeah, their economic...
Bad for business.
Bad for business. The
Bad for
economics have
business.
changed.
Bad
It's
for
all about
business.
economics, bro.
They were really upset about that. Like, yeah, the Israeli, they're like number one place where they come for these sexcations. What are we going to do without them?
But why would the Israelis be the number one customer for that type of product, Matt? Are there any other places in history or in time, in this timeline, where that's also true?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, maybe it's just one anecdote, one standard deviation away from the mean. It could be let's just say a statistical outlier of sorts.
Hold on. Are we going back up to the noticing? Are we looping?
I don't know what I'm noticing. All I'm asking is a question is that...
Well, okay, how about this? What I'm going to do is, because we have a list and we're working on a list, I think what we need to do is we have to take the Iron Dome paragliders and the Ukrainian war, which we marked as Ghost of Kiev. And I think it makes, because, like, who do you put on top? I think closer to this list, I will put here. And then maybe this will go on the bottom.
Okay.
I feel like this makes a little more sense.
Okay.
Just to do it that way. For proximity
Yeah,
sake.
and if I may.
Yeah.
So one of the things
Peter swore he would not get up for the
I
whiteboard,
know,
by the
I
way.
know, but I'm gonna do it. Is this what is a woman? And the rise of Tucker. Well, the trans stuff, and even the stand with Texas. Right? Even this stuff right here? This stuff really is a Western issue.
Yeah.
Like Asians don't care about this. Asians and they're just based, right? Our common friend would know about that, right? This is an interesting economic thing that has happened. The rise of Tucker. The rise of Tucker. I think this depopulation is probably part of the vax stuff. Didn't we talk about that?
Yep.
Because this right here, the depopulation stuff is going to continue to grow as people notice what's happening to our food supplies,
Huh.
to our air. I think one of the greatest
To our water.
water.
RFK just said that if they get elected, he's going to take fluoride out of the water. Do you think he'll do it?
I mean,
I don't think
all
so.
I know is that there are some states in America that are banning the chemical releases of things into the air. Why would they ban something that's not happening? That doesn't make any sense to me.